Okay, so compound inequalities. First, I want to talk about what the words mean in compound inequality. Well, let me back up even. Compound means there's more than one. It's more than one inequality put together somehow. And the two words are either going to be or and. And those can make a big difference. So let me do an experiment real quick. Raise your hand if you're a boy or you're wearing a hat today. Raise your hand if you're a boy or you're wearing a hat today. I just love whenever people look confused. Like, are you wearing a hat today? So that counts. So it's not that you have to have both of those things in common. We have that boys, raise your hand, or people with a hat. Okay, let me change the word. Put your hands down. Raise your hand if you're a boy and wearing a hat. If you're a boy and wearing a hat. We have fewer people now because you have to have both of those things in common. Let me try again. Raise your hand if you have a pet dog or a pet cat at home. Pet dog or pet cat. You have no pets, Luke? No cat or dog? Really? Okay. All right, that's fine. Raise your hand if you have a pet dog and a pet cat. So now less people because you have to have both of those things. So you get what I'm saying? That or can be either one and means you have to do both. That's what these inequalities are going to do. They're either going to be or this, or they have to be and. Okay? So number one are the ors, number 1 and 2. See the word right here? Saying that x could be something out of here, some kind of answer, or x could be this. All we're doing is solving these two separate inequalities, just like we have the whole time. So the first one, I'm going to draw my line down through my symbol. It seems to help some of you. X is over here on the right. It's x minus 9, so I'm going to add 9 to both sides. Negative 14 plus 9 would be negative 5 is greater than or equal to x. I want to rewrite that, though, because x is on the wrong side. X is what compared to negative 5? Less than or equal to. So I'm not flipping, I'm rewriting, and I'm just going to leave it. Actually, let's go ahead and graph it. If this was our answer and only our answer, we need to show all the numbers that are less than or equal to negative 5. So we know that's a closed circle. I'm going to float it up a little bit so you can see better. And then all the numbers less than would go to the left. So that's called array. Have you learned that in any math classes? Array has an endpoint and then an arrow? Yeah. Okay. So that's called array. That's half of the answer. Now it's going to be or some other numbers. So all I have to do on this one, it's x minus 9 is greater than negative 3. I'm going to add 9 to both sides. And I'm saying x needs to be greater than 6. And that word or is between them. Let's graph those answers. Numbers bigger than 6. 6 does not count. So I put an open circle. And I go to the right. And you would be done. That's it. X could be a number that's negative 5 or smaller than that, or x could be bigger than 6. So I'm going to throw some numbers at you. I want you to give me a thumbs up if it would be a solution, and give me a thumbs down if it would not. Deal? Thumbs up if it is a solution, thumbs down if it is not. Negative 10. Show me thumbs up or thumbs down. Would negative 10 work as an answer? Yes, because I see it's on my line. Negative 6. That is smaller than negative 5, so that's good. Negative 5. Yes, because it's a closed circle. It is equal to negative 5. 0. 0 is a no-go because it's not a number smaller than negative 5 or greater than 6. What about 4? No-go. 4 does not have anything shaded above it. What about 8? 8 is a yes, because it is a number bigger than 6. What about 6? No, because it's not bigger than 6. What about 22? Yeah, because that's a number bigger than 6. So see how it could be anything this way or anything this way, but it can't be anything in between, and it can't be on an open circle. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Let's try another one. So again, we just have two separate inequalities. We're just going to solve them. So I would subtract 9 on both sides. 24 minus 9 is 15 is less than negative 5 times x. Negative 5 times x. So I'm dividing by negative 5. Okay, I'm going to drop everything straight down. 15 divided by negative 5 is negative 3. I'm flipping the symbol, bringing down x, but I want to rewrite it. So before, or in the beginning, x was on the greater side of the symbol. Now x is on the less than side. So I'm going to write x is less than negative 3. So that's what it's saying, is any number smaller than negative 3 is going to work. Or it's going to be something else. We're going to subtract 9. Bring down your negative 5x is less than or equal to, that's negative 10. Divide by negative 5. I have to flip the symbol, and that would be 2. So it could be a number less than negative 3 or equal or greater than 2. So to graph those, we're going to show all the numbers smaller than negative 3. We put an open circle, go to the left, or could be 2, so put a closed circle, and bigger than 2, go to the right. So ors will go apart from each other. So think, I don't know if you remember this song, I have to show you here in a minute, but there was this commercial a long time ago for Kia, the Soul car. It was like this ugly green color, but they had these little hamsters, and it was that song, you can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You know what I'm talking about? It's like an old rap song. I'll have to show you, it's real cute. So it reminds me of that, of like, you can do this, or you can do this. Any questions on the ors? Those are probably my more favorite ones. Now let's look at the ands. Trey, you with us?
Yeah.
Okay. Ands were more specific. Ands made a lot of your hands go down because you had to have both things that I was mentioning. So that's what's going to happen with these numbers as well. So we've got an and here. We're still going to solve these separately. Okay, so I've got 5x plus 3 here, so I would subtract 3 first, which would give me 20, is less than 5 times x, divide by 5. I'm not dividing by negatives, don't flip. Read it from x. X is greater than 4. So this could be a number that's bigger than 4. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, on and on and on. Okay, let's solve the other one. Subtract 3. That's 60 divided by 5. It's 12. Don't flip. But I'm going to rewrite. X needs to be less than or equal to 12. I'm going to put the word and in between there. All right, that's kind of tricky. So numbers greater than 4. I'm going to use 2 different colors. Just watch me, and that'll tell me that you're done writing 2. So when you're done with writing this one, just look up here, and I want to show you something. So I'm going to do it in 2 different colors, and then I'll tell you what to write on your notes. Okay, so numbers bigger than 4. Do not write this. It would be open circle, and it would be continually to the right, correct? Numbers less than or equal to 12 would be 12 with a closed circle, and it would be numbers smaller all the way. But my question is, what part is it where they have both of those things in common? Where are my red and my green overlapping?
4.
From 4 to 12. It has to be bigger than 4 and less than or equal to 12. So now it's making a piece, let me float it up, that's like this. So you put yours kind of on your number line, but it's open circle on 4, it's closed on 12, and now this is called a line segment. It's just from endpoint to endpoint, because that's what they have in common. You ever make Venn diagrams? You have like the overlapping circles, and then the middle part is where they have in common. That kind of is what reminds me of 2. The ors are the separate circles, the ands are where they overlap. That's what this is. Ors go apart, ands overlap. Yeah.
On assignments, would you just do the top one, or would you do the 2 bottom ones too?
No. I'm just showing you where they overlap. I won't do this again. I'm just showing you. This should be what you're thinking in your head is x is greater than this and less than this. Okay, it's these in between.
So what do you use for that?
You would just do this. You're just going to click. You're going to click on 4. You're going to drag to 12. And then you're going to make an open circle on 4 and be done.
Oh, you you don't have to do
No, no, no. Don't do all this. Just this. I just wanted you to watch, and I'll do it on the next one. Now, here's the tricky part. Kind of makes a sandwich, okay? X is our number, and it's sandwiched between 4 and 12. You can take and problems. They're going to want you to do this and sandwich it into one inequality that has X in between 4 and 12. X had to be less than or equal to 12. So that's the easy symbol to write. X needed to be what compared to 4?
Greater.
Okay, so I need the open part facing X. That's the answer they're going to want to write, and that's where I know that's going to trick you up a little bit. But think of a sandwich. X is a number that is less than or equal to 12. That's what we had. And greater than 4. So really your symbols will always face the same direction. It's always a number is smaller than X. X is smaller than this number. This is the smallest number. This is the biggest number. X is between this number and this number. It all goes together. Okay, we'll try another one and then hopefully it'll make a little more sense. So why don't you go ahead and solve on number 4, solve both of them. And then we'll figure out what the graph is going to look like. So you can go ahead and do that on your own. Very quick to solve. Look at me when you're done, so I know you're done, or you can check your answer with mine, see if you got the same thing. I haven't graphed. I haven't written the final answer, though, yet. So you should be getting that X needs to be 1 or bigger than 1, and it also needs to be smaller than 12. So that's going to make my graph have a closed circle on 1, be bigger than 1 until I get to 12, and then it should be an open circle because I also need those numbers to be smaller than 12. So numbers that would fit that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 11.99999, but not 12, not 13, not -6, not -8. You know what I'm saying? It's only between that. So how we write our answer is, what's the smallest value? 1. What's the biggest value? 12. X is between them. I always kind of write this one, the X compared to the big number. It's less than 12, and it's greater than or equal to 1, because X is on the open part of the symbol. So it's going to look like 1 is less than or equal to X is less than 12. It's a little X sandwich. Do you have questions about that? Because that's the hardest this is going to be. The next two actually get easier. Reading it, does the reading it make sense? That's why I've been training you guys all along to be able to read them. Make it make sense. Don't just memorize the rules. Okay, so number 5 and 6 look just different, right? They don't even have a word and or. These are ands. These already have X between two symbols. This is beautiful. You ready? We're going to draw a line down through each symbol, cutting this into 3 columns, 3 parts. Our job is to get X by itself in the middle. So X by itself in the middle. Right now it's -2 times X minus 5. So we would add 5, but we're going to add it in the middle and to both numbers on the outside. So we're actually solving both problems at the same time. Literally killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So -5 cancels. -25 plus 5 is -20. Is greater than, I'm going to bring down -2x in the middle. And -29 plus 5 is -24. All right, one more step to get X by itself in the middle. Right now it's -2 times X. I'm going to divide by -2. Every time in an inequality, if I divide by a negative, I must flip the symbol. I'm going to flip both of them. So -20 divided by -2 is 10. Flip. So now it says less than X is less than 12. And we want to try to read what that says. What is that saying? Put it in normal speaking terms. What does our number need to be? Okay, what if I cover this up? What does this say?
X is less than 12.
So less than 12 and
Greater than 10.
Greater than 10. So all we got to do is put open circles on 10 and 12, shade in between.
You switched them around because
We divided by a negative.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like some eyeglasses. Some binoculars. Have you? So would 10 be an answer?
Yes. No.
No, because it's an open circle. Would 12 be an answer?
No.
What about 11?
Yes.
What about 10.5?
Yes.
What about 11.9?
Yes.
What about 13?
No.
What about 0?
No.
Okay, just check it. And I don't have to rewrite because look, this answer already looks like what I was trying to do above. Like these are good. These are already set up the way I want. Okay, and then let's do one more. So again, look at it. Tell yourself, hey, these are ands because x has to be greater than something and less than something. Oh, I said that. Yeah, I said that right. Okay. In the middle, it's 5x plus 9. So what would I do? Subtract 9 in all 3 spots. Negative 31 minus 9 more. Negative 40 is greater than 5x is greater than or equal to negative 50. Okay, divide by 5. Not going to flip the symbols, so I get negative 8 is greater than x is greater than or equal to negative 10. Not in love with the way this one looks, so you have got to be able to read it. If I cover up part of it, tell me what this says. Greater than or equal to negative 10. So think about what that is. That's negative 10, so closed circle and going greater than. That would be to the right. And what does this side of it say? Less. Oh, so see, I already went almost too far. Yeah, I did go too far. It should be open circle on negative 8 and then less than that. So closed on negative 10, open on negative 8, in between. You could also rewrite this so that it's negative 10, negative 8. We've got x is greater than or equal to negative 10 and less than negative 8. So maybe that would be better. Okay.